everybody. It's about 9 a.m. on Friday, October 25th, and Magnolia and I are heading south once again. We left the dock at Solomon's around 7:15. Almost 10 nautical miles at this point. We're heading down to Mill Creek, south of Reedville, Virginia, off the Great Wicomico River. And that's a nice, well-protected anchorage that we've used before, and it's only roughly 42 nautical miles from Solomon's, so relatively easy first day. Over here in the distance, that's the Pax River Naval Air Station. And I don't know whether you can see, but there's actually a pelican flying around up here, at least one. Normally, we don't see many pelicans this far north. You start seeing them as you get further south, really, North Carolina. But anyway, it's a beautiful day. There was a little more wind this morning than they were calling for, but we're motor sailing with the jib up, and our average speed has been a little over 6 knots. Right now we're jumping back and forth between about 6.5 and almost 7 knots, and we're only running at 2200 RPM, so we're not burning a whole lot of fuel. So this is good. The wind is supposed to die later on in the day. Hopefully we'll get to Mill Creek a little after 2 this afternoon. About a little over a 7-hour, maybe 7.5-hour trip. Let's see. The plan for this year is to try and do the Bahamas again. As you probably recall, if you watched the videos last season, we didn't make it to the Bahamas because we got torpedoed by Geico Boat US Insurance, who wouldn't give us a rider for Bahamas coverage because the boat had not been surveyed within the last 5 years. So anyway, turned around, came back home, and in June Magnolia was surveyed and hauled out, and I painted the bottom. The survey went well. The agreed value actually went up $25,000, and we're with State Farm Insurance now, and the Bahamas is covered as part of the regular policy. So we're good for up to 100 miles offshore and in the Bahamas. So not looking for any insurance headaches this trip. Getting a little earlier start this year than last year, so depending on when I get to Florida, we may go down and hang out for a month or so down in the Keys, and then cross over to the Bahamas from there. But it all depends on weather and how things go. Let's see, what have we done to the boat since the last video? I guess the major thing that we've done is installed a wind generator. And it's putting out a couple amps right now. I just checked a few minutes ago, and it's rated at 500 watts, which would work out to 40 some amps, but the highest I've seen it put out so far is about 16. But that, in addition to the solar panels, which when I installed the wind generator, I have it and one of the 200 watt solar panels on top of the Bimini, both going to a hybrid controller. And so all three of the solar panels now are on separate controllers. And the reason for that is so that if one panel is shaded by the wind generator, the radar, or anything else, it won't affect the power output from the other two panels. So each is on its own controller. So what else? I replaced the Jib Furling line with a slightly smaller diameter line. You might recall last year or last season we were having some issues with the line was too bulky and it tended to bind up on the furler, and so I would have to go to the bow of the boat to get the line to unfurl the rest of the way. So that was kind of a pain. So I replaced that line with a slightly smaller diameter line, and so far it seems to be working fine. Didn't have any problems getting the jib out this morning. Let's see, what else have we done? I have the Starlink dish is generation 2, which is a real power hog, and it runs on 120 volt AC power, and there are ways to convert it so that it will run directly off of 12 volts, which is what the house bank on the boat is, and so I attempted to do that. The current generation Starlinks run on 12 volt. I think the Mini and possibly the Gen 3. So you don't have to jump through these hoops. But anyway, I ran a dedicated 12 volt line back to where the router for the Starlink was, and bought a box that was supposed to convert the 12 volt to boost it to 48 volts, which is what Starlink Gen 2 needed, and then do away with the Starlink router and just have a third-party router. Well, the box that was supposed to do all of that didn't work, so I ended up sending it back and just getting a 300 watt inverter that I wired up to the dedicated 12 volt circuit, and so all it does is power the Starlink system. That keeps the 2000 watt inverter from having to do it. So we'll see if it makes a difference. But those are the major changes, I guess, from last season. And other than Magnolia and I both are a year older, I guess that's about it. Anyway, hope everyone's doing well, and we'll follow along, and if you haven't already, if you're seeing this one of our videos for the first time, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon so you'll be notified when we post another video. Unlike a lot of YouTube channels, I don't do a video every week, and so I do it when I can. But anyway, y'all take care. See you next time. Bye.